500,000, 500,000 Americans dropping out of the workforce altogether, just giving up. Joining us now, John Allison, former CEO of BB&T and a member of the Job Creators Alliance. And I guess the first question, John, where are the jobs going to come from? You're with the Creators Alliance. Where are these new jobs going to come from?
Well, that's a very good question. You know, if you look at the recent numbers, they're discouraging, but more discouraging is where we are in this economic cycle. We have 5 million less jobs than when the recession started. At this point in an economic cycle, we'd normally have 2 or 3 million jobs more than when the recession started, so we're missing 8 million jobs. And unfortunately, I believe it's almost always all because of government policy. We've had inordinate interference in markets, from incentives to clunkers, and it's redirected the effort of CEOs and businesses. The United States still has a number of very globally competitive businesses, but almost all those businesses are under attack, beginning, for example, with financial services, where we have traditionally been a world leader and where Dodd-Frank has really paralyzed the industry.
You know, small businesses, the engine of our economy, yet we heard from them that their confidence is down. We saw recently that they're not hiring. Nothing's happening in their world, and they seem to be just stagnant right now.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time talking to small business leaders because BB&T was a small business bank, and there's two phenomena going on. First, the credit environment is still not good for small businesses, primarily because of the regulatory attack on the banking system, particularly on community banks. And then secondly, small business leaders are really worried about the overall context of our government. They know we're running massive deficits. They don't see how we're going to fix those problems. They know that just taxing rich people is not going to fix the problems, so they don't see a plan to make the overall financial well-being of the U.S. itself better. And therefore, they're just, even the ones that are doing okay are very afraid to add people.
Well, with that uncertainty, John, and the market selling off today, down 173 now on the Dow, looking forward, how do you play this as an investor?
Well, I think as an investor, you have to be very cautious, and the market's been pretty optimistic, and we still have Europe, and we still have probably a slowing job growth picture in the U.S. economy, so I think caution is the right word.
You know, as a member of the Jobs Creators Alliance, you are with some really big people, John Mackey from Whole Foods, Bernie Marcus from Home Depot, big corporate America people. What is it that the Jobs Creator Alliance wants to see come out of this administration?
Number one is to end the regulatory attack on business. There's an assumption under the Obama administration that the cause of the financial crisis was deregulation, and therefore we need more regulation. In fact, the cause of the financial crisis was government policy that created a bubble in the housing market through their affordable housing programs, not deregulation. But there's a regulatory attack on all businesses, and what that does, it takes people's energy away, it creates more fear, it makes businesses less productive. They want a plan, a financial plan for the United States. They look, you know, they think about in business terms, and here's a country running $1.3 trillion operating deficits. They look at the president's budget, and they know it's not really a budget, it's a re-election plan. They want to see a real plan, and that looks like cutting expenses. That's what you do in business. It looks like incenting growth by reducing regulation, and it looks like some kind of rational tax strategy, because they know that even they don't want to be taxed, but it's beyond that. They know that just taxing rich people will not fix our problem.
That's right.
So they want some real leadership.
All right, that's it. All that uncertainty, not good at all. John Allison of the Jobs Creator Alliance. John, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, that wraps up our hour. Liz Clayman takes us through the last hour of trading live from big Berkshire Hathaway meeting, the Buffapalooza in Omaha. She'll be joined by Warren